This is Vlogmas day 3, and what I was going to record today didn't quite work out, and that's okay. So I thought I would go through what books I'm reading this Christmas season. That's what I'm currently reading. I shall talk more about it in a minute, and what books I'd like to read throughout the season. Now, I'm very fortunate that my youngest child is 19, my son is 20. They're the only two that live at home. They're the two that are actually engaged, and they're very independent. And although we have a full Christmas ahead with my best friend Lisa coming to stay for 2 weeks, we're spending time with my mum and my other son, and hopefully my older son and my granddaughters, my daughter-in-law, and hopefully my daughter and son-in-law and my grandsons will be down here as well permanently. But that's another story, and if it happens, I'll no doubt I will tell you. In the meantime, I'm drinking me a nice freshly brewed coffee with toffee in it. Toffee syrup, that is. I don't often drink hot drinks unless they're from Costa or Starbucks, but this time of year I do love to have my coffees decaf, because I only drink decaf unless I buy those cans. So here I've got a quick list of the books I want to read, but only 3 of them I've actually got. I'm waiting for the others to be delivered, and I think 4 of them I haven't even ordered, but I ought to order them. Every year, let me just say this, every year I have to read the new Christmas book by Sarah Morgan and Dilly Court. They are my 2 favourite authors. Dilly Court is very much, she's a British author, as is Sarah. They're very much, Dilly Court is a period set read, and I love that. I love going back to all kinds of times and places and whatnot. So I'm going to quickly go through my wish list, and what I found today actually is a French Christmas festive tales. It's various authors. It's a hardback, and it's quite a big one, and I thought I love to have books from my favourite authors when I was a child that I can stand up and display on my bookcases, and I think by the size of that one I can do that with this one as well. So I'm excited to receive that one. This one won't be here for a few more days. The other one, which is on order, is The Keeper of Stories by Sally Page. I've got The Angel Tree by, now let me try not to butcher this lady's name, Eowyn Ivy. Then I've got The Snow Child by Lucinda Riley, The Booksellers of Inverness by S.G. MacLean, Rooftoppers by Catherine Rundle, and Murder at Holly House by Denzel Maynick. Now the ones I haven't ordered that I'd really like to get my hands on, this one's slightly out of my comfort zone, as is the last one I mentioned, because I don't really read murder. I watch true crime documentaries all the time, but I don't really read them because I spook myself out so much more, which is a bit backwards because these are fiction. Go figure. Anyway, so I want to order Murder by Candlelight by Cecily Gayford. Another author I enjoy reading is Heidi Swan, Home for Christmas, and I absolutely love Laurie Gilmore. So I want to read her new book. I want to say the new book, The Christmas Tree Farm. And I'm currently reading her book from the autumn. It only came the other day, so I'm playing catch up. But technically it is still autumn, isn't it? It's not winter until 22nd December, I think it is. And to me that's way too late. That's way too late, especially the way it feels outside. So I thought I'll finish this one, then I'll go on to another one of her books. And then this year's new release from Sarah Morgan is The Christmas Bookshop. Now I thought I had that on pre-order, but obviously I don't. So I need to order that. So that's my wish list. And I'm going to go on to the books that I've actually got here. Now I will say, as I get to them, I'll let you know which ones I had from the charity shop, because I don't necessarily feel the need to read the latest Book Talk recommends. I really don't. One of my favourite YouTubers who does booktube once a week is Ellen Miller, and she gets a lot of recommendations from her viewers, and I love when she does a book review because I understand her taste in books and mine are very, very similar, and I've gotten a few off her recommended list that it's on, it must be on another list or it's on my phone. Excuse me. So this one is a charity shop find. It's Jenny Colgan. I've read her books before and she's really good. I love her style of writing. Christmas at the Cupcake Cafe. Now, you put cupcakes, a shop and books in the same title of a book and I'm all over it. I'm all over it. And in the summer, you give me a country and I'm all over it. Give me anything French and I'm all over it. Let's just say, leave that there. Another one I'm hoping to get through. No, in fact, I'm going to go through the ones I want to get through first. That's one of them I want to get through. Let me go through. There's that one. I think these are the ones. Oh yeah, I've put in this pile the ones I want to get through first. So that can go over there. They'll want to read. So these are. Yeah, so these are in no particular order, by the way. I'll go through those ones later. So I'm currently reading The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. That's that one. And the next one I plan to read is this one, Jenny Colgan, Christmas at the Cupcake Cafe. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of the cover. It's got no pizzazz. Like this one, you can see the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. And that's what I like to see what I'm going to be reading. So, but I'm over it. Next one I want to get into, and this, I think this cover is really cute because it's got a little puppy on it. Looks like a little dachshund actually. It looks like our Rolo. And you can see the little shop. It's called A Bookshop Christmas by Rachel Burton. And that, let's see what this one's about, if I can read it. It's a snowstorm, a stranger, a spark. It should be the perfect start to the perfect love story. But real life is far messier and more complicated than in the pages of the books in Megan Taylor's family bookshop. The last few years have been... So this is white writing on quite a light background, and I'm struggling. Plus it's really small, and I have terrible eyes. The last few years have left this young widow in no doubt of that. Moving back home to New York should have been a fresh start, but all it did was allow her to retreat from the world. Oh. Right, going to the bottom of the blurb. Just as she's beginning to enjoy life again, the worst happens and Megan begins to wonder if she should have stayed hidden away. But it turns out that falling in love again is about more than just meeting under the mistletoe. Oh my. This was a charity book find. Let's see when this was printed straight released. Because I feel like this is quite new. Yeah, 2021. Yeah, 2021 this was released. Let me see when this one was released. I don't know if you're interested in when it was released, but I am. I think it's mostly because, oh dear. This one, 2012. That's quite an old one. I thought this was relatively new. Obviously I'm wrong. So that's that one. The next one is, this is another charity shop find. And it's called It Started With a Kiss. Oh, I say. And it's by Miranda Dickinson, and that's the cover. And let me see what this is saying. Sometimes love happens when you least expect it. As a singer in a wedding band, Romilly Parker has seen her fair share of happy endings, even though her own love life isn't quite as simple. On the last Saturday before Christmas, shortly before disastrously declaring her love for best friend Charlie Romilly has a brief encounter with a handsome stranger whose heart-stopping kiss changes everything. Oh, now I will admit, I like a bit of romance. I like a lot of romance. That sounds really good actually, so I'm looking forward to reading that. The next one I've picked up, this is actually quite a short read. The other ones, you know, got quite... Let me see when this one... Doesn't say there. Let me see when this one was released. I can't see. Oh, 2020. Okay. That cover is so sweet. How cool is that? Christmas at the Little Waffle Shack. I'm not a big fan of waffles, but I'll take it. I could pretend it's like something else. That's by Helen Rolfe. Did I say that? Helen Rolfe. Heritage Cove is full of swing for the festive season, and along with the promise of the most wonderful time of the year, the new Waffle Shack is about to open. Its owner, Daniel, isn't a stranger to the Cove. After all this time, he is back to make amends. Oh dear, what did he do? New to the village blacksmith, Lucy has kept up the pretense of being with her ex for the sake of his... So the way they do these blurbs is so small for me. For the sake of his gran, but she's fed up with all the lies, determined to live the life she wants to live. She is devastated to find that her attention to Daniel is tainted by the fact he is hiding a few things of his own. Will they overcome it? If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. So that's another one I'm looking forward to. Now this one, I love the cover on this. It's not really as graphic as these ones. This was from a charity shop as well. This is by Anne Perry. Oh, I used to know a lady called Anne Perry. Wow, it's not the same one. Oh, there's two novels in here. A Christmas Journey and A Christmas Visitor. Oh, that's awesome. So, let me see when this was written. Wow, this is going back a bit. 2003 and 2004. Wow. That's over 20 years old. That's brilliant. And of course you've got the horse and carriage in the old times. So I'm assuming this is going to go back a while. In the Berkshire countryside, family and guests have gathered for a delicious weekend fete, cheered by roaring fires and candlelight. It's scarcely the setting for misfortune, and no one, not even that clever budding sleuth, Lady Vespacia Gold, it's a long name, anticipates the tragedy that is to darken this holiday house party. That's A Christmas Journey. I'm intrigued by this now. A Christmas Visitor says, at the Dreghorn family reunion, the tranquility of a snowbound English estate is shattered by an apparently accidental death. The victim's distraught wife summons her godfather, the distinguished mathematician and inventor Henry Rathbone, to the scene, and questions about the tragic event soon turn into whispers of murder. Oh my gosh. Well, I don't want to read that too close to Christmas, so I'm going to have to move that along the wish list. Right, the last one on my must read is Heidi Swain, Snowflakes and Cinnamon Swirls at the Winter Wonderland. Tell me what you don't like about that cover. The title, a bit long, but it's perfect. the graphics, the scenery is absolutely really cute. So let me see when this was. 2018, so it's not too old. I suppose the book world, that's ancient, isn't it? But we're not going there. We don't do that. After calling off her engagement, Hayley moves to Winthorpe Hall to escape the town's gossip. But there will be no cowering beneath the covers this winter as she finds herself immersed in the eccentric Connolly family's festive activities. As preparations commenced for the biggest event of the season, Hayley finds herself drawn to a newcomer, Gabe. But unbeknownst to Hayley, he too has a reason for turning his back on love, one that seems intent on keeping them apart. Wow. Sounds exciting. So I think if I'm going to put these in order, Pumpkin Spice Cafe, I've got to finish that. I can't finish a book until I've done it. I think I'm going to do a bookshop Christmas after that one. I think I'm going to then jump to these two by Anne Perry, because that sounds fascinating. Then I'm going to go Heidi Swan. Then I'm going to do Christmas at the Little Waffle Snack. I'm going to do that one. Then I'm going to go Sorry with the Kids. Right, that is my plan of reads this season. So we put these over here out the way. We take a sip of coffee. While I'm taking a sip, let me know in the comments below if you're reading anything this Christmas. I know it's a very busy time of year and not everyone gets time to read, but if you enjoy books, do you do Audible, do you do ebooks, do you do paperback books? What kind of books do you like? I listen to audiobooks in the car. That's usually like self-help and non-fiction, things that fascinate me. But when I'm reading, I like to have the book in my hand. I do have a Kindle, and I have quite a selection of Kindle books. But I seem to reach for my Kindle when I'm so exhausted but not ready to drop off. And I like to sleep. It has to be pitch black when I sleep, so I'll put the Kindle on, turn the blue light off, and then I'll be reading, and of course it'll still be on the same page when I wake up the next day. So I just put mark it till I'm ready to read there again. But I don't have the same books on Kindle or audio that I have in person, because I want to have that variety. But there are some audio books that are being strongly recommended. And if I remember what they are, I'll list them down below in the description box. But all these I'll list down below if you're interested in any, and the ones I'm about to mention that I'd like to fit in. So let me, right, there's only 4 left. I've got lots of reading to do this next few weeks. Now, I read by looking at the cover first, and if I've read from that author before, I know I'm going to enjoy it. And there's only one author I've read before, and that's Karen Swain. And this book is Christmas in the Snow. Well, to me, you can't get any more festive than that title. And it's such a beautiful cover. So, it's quite a long read as well. I don't mind long reads. I'm quite a quick reader. This was written in... Now, let me correct this. All the dates I've given you for these books are the copyright dates. This is 2014. And I'm assuming the published date is going to be the same, because obviously you'd copyright at the same time you publish it. So that's 2014. So let me see what this says. Allegra's pitching for the biggest deal of her career and can't afford to fail. And when she meets an attractive stranger, Sam Kemp, on the plane to the meeting, she can't afford to lose the focus either. She learned to shut off her emotions long ago, and only her sister and best friend, Isabel, knows why. But when Allegra finds herself up against Sam for the bid, their passion quickly turns sour. In Zermatt, in the Swiss Alps, a long-lost mountain hut is discovered in the snow after 60 years. The last person who expects to become involved is Allegra. She hasn't even heard of the woman who was found inside, but it soon becomes clear that the two women are linked. And as she and Iz travel... I'm not getting this. Let me read this one again. But it soon becomes clear that the two women are linked. And as she and Isabel, her sister, travel out to make sense of the mystery, heart's thought and dark secrets are uncovered, long buried by the snow. Wow, with glamorous locations and heartbreaking twists, Christmas in the Snow is all you need in your stocking for a truly decadent Christmas holiday. The perfect gift, even if it's just to yourself. I think this should have been in that list. I think I'm going to have to find somewhere for that to go. What's about? I say this about all the books. Right, this one is Ruth Hogan, The Keeper of Lost Things. Now, I think this is what one of my boys bought me. And I don't know, let me find out when it was public, copyright 2017. Yeah, I knew this was a while ago. Somebody had recommended this. I think it might have been on Goodreads. If you're on Goodreads, I'll leave my link down below if you want to follow me over there. I haven't updated it for a while, but I need to. Meet the keepers of those lost things. Anthony Perdue has spent half his life collecting lost objects, trying to atone for the promise broken many years before. Realising he is running out of time, he leaves his house and all its lost treasures to his assistant Laura, the one person he can trust to reunite the thousands of objects with their rightful owners. But the final wishes of the Keeper of Lost Things have unforeseen repercussions which trigger a most serendipitous series of encounters. Oh my gosh. It has to be done. Okay. I'm thinking this is another period. Yes, this is from 1939. The setting is. Let me see when it was. 2017, so it's not too old. This is Katie Flynn. She's another good author. A Christmas Candle. I think that's a really pretty cover. I'll pick this up at the charity shop. Excuse me, my asthma's playing up at the moment. Right, so all over Britain, children are being evacuated and Eve Armstrong is headed for Devon. As the train pulls out of London, she takes a last look at the crowded platform, the shabbily dressed evacuees and a rude little boy sticking out his tongue. She's looking forward to a change of scene. And at first, Eve is happier than ever at Drake's farm. Not even her daily chores dampen her spirits. It's a different world that invites fresh starts. So when Eve runs into the boy from the station, Johnny Durrell, they call a truce and become firm friends. To begin with, the war seems a distant reality. But when new evacuee Connie Hale arrives from Liverpool, every day becomes a battle. Connie is very pretty and mature beyond her years, but she's also lazy, stuck-up and spiteful, and Johnny's new best friend. As the conflict grows, and Eve with it, with all the... Sorry, that's just got me rattled. As the conflict grows, and Eve with it, Will she fight for Johnny or concede defeat? Wow, that sounds interesting. That's obviously going to be about children, but I wouldn't say it's like a middle grade read, but that sounds good. And this is the last one. Sorry, I couldn't remember if I'd mentioned this one or not. This is Let It Snow by Sue Moorcroft. And look at that. Just look at the cover. Isn't that just absolutely inspiring? Right, let me see when it was technically copyrighted, but I'll say written. Because it's probably written and completed probably a couple of years before it then released. 2019, so that's relatively new as well. So let me see what this is about. This Christmas, the villagers of Middle Dip are off on a very Swiss adventure. Oh, bit of travel. Family means everything to Lily Cortez and her sister Zanaya. And grown up in their non-conventional family unit, they and their two mums couldn't have been closer. This is fancy font on a light background again, and I'm struggling. So it's a bolt out of the blue when Lily finds her father wasn't the anonymous one-night stand she'd always believed, and she is in fact the result of her mum's reckless affair with a married man. Confused but determined to discover her true roots, Lily sets out to find the family she's never known. An adventure that takes her from the frosted thatched cottage of Middle Dip to the snow-capped mountains of Switzerland via a memorable romantic encounter along the way. Oh wow. Oh my gosh, that sounds good. I'm not dying to read it, but it does sound good. So that's all I've got for this video. I'm going to be carrying on reading my Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I'm probably about a third of the way through, because I say I'm a late starter to that one. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a cheeky thumbs up. Maybe leave me a comment, let me know what book you're reading, what your TBR is for the month, if you expect to be able to read this month, whether you prefer audio, ebooks, paperback or hardback, which are your preferences, and what genre do you like to read. Let me know down below, and I shall see you tomorrow. Bye.